Hi, I'm El Nucci. I own EN Events. We are located in the Arts District of downtown Los Angeles, and we are coming to you today from House of Rose, which is our office. And we are going to make a specialty cocktail today for the month of February for Natural History Museum's First Fridays. So you should have got a shopping list. And right now I just want to tell you guys to go ahead and drop your chilies in your vodka. You can use a container, maybe take 6 to 8 ounces of vodka so you can make a couple drinks, and let the chilies marinate for right now so that you get a little spice by the time we're done with the cocktail. So a little bit more about us. We are a full service event company that specializes in bars. So what does that mean? A lot of people don't know what we do. So basically, you see here, this is one of our bar setups. So when we go to an event or to your house, basically we bring everything, including the alcohol, the mixers, the ice, and the supplies. Pre-pandemic, of course. So we also do staffing, and we can bring mixers if you have a home bar, and we specialize in festivals. So we basically used to do anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 person festivals all over Los Angeles, California, San Diego. So there's no special product here, nothing that you have to use. You are free to improvise as needed. I went with Grey Goose, and I went ahead and dropped the chilies in overnight. So I like to use the Japanese chilies. You can even get these at like the dollar store. They have a pretty good punch. But if you're feeling brave and you want to try a Serrano chili or even a jalapeno, feel free. But for today, we're gonna use the Japanese chilies. So this is my special chili vodka recipe, and we are in February, and we are naming all of our drinks for each month after pretty famous streets in Los Angeles. So this is going to be the Santa Monica Boulevard, which is personal for me, kind of my hood in West Hollywood, and that's kind of where we're gonna start. So in case you don't have it in front of you, you're going to need your vodka, your Japanese chilies, some pineapple juice. This is fresh, but you can use concentrate. We also are gonna squeeze some fresh lime juice, and then tagine, which I am going to be using Tamgine, which is from a very good friend of mine, Tamara Majerian, who is a chef here in Los Angeles. She specializes in private homes and private events, and she created this chili lime spice mix with tagine. So it's basically her version of tagine, and she calls it Tamgine. So you can also follow her on Instagram at TamTamTalk. So by now your chilies have been marinating for a few minutes, so you can go ahead and I'm going to use a mixing glass so that you can see what I'm doing. And then for the actual cocktail, we're going to use the tall Collins glass. But again, we know you're at home. We don't expect you to buy any fancy equipment. So go ahead and use whatever glass you have. I prefer all of my drinks tall personally. If you have a smaller glass, a wine glass, anything will really work as long as the measurements fit in the glass. The first thing you want to do is take whatever receptacle, preferably if you have a shaker. If not, you can always use a spoon. But we're gonna fill this up with ice. Okay, and then we are going to pour, I'm gonna use a jigger, and if you do not have a jigger, you can use your basic measuring cup, or if you have one of these little ones, they're a little easier to use. But I'm gonna go ahead and use a jigger. So this is going to be 1.5 ounces of your chili vodka. All right, and I tend to be a little heavy-handed, so I might pour over just a tiny bit. Okay, yeah, that looks a little short. Let's give it a little kick. I mean, you are at home, right? You're not driving anywhere, so I think we can go a little heavier. All right, so now we have our chili vodka. Now, I'm going to throw a chili in there just for the mixing portion so that if, in case it hasn't really come in, we can go ahead and give it a little more flavor. Okay, then next thing we're gonna do, a good pour, I'm gonna say about 2 to 3 ounces of pineapple juice, but again, you can always add it to taste. Again, I don't normally use a jigger, but I'm doing it just for now to make it a little more official. I know a lot about alcohol, although I am not your typical mixologist. All right, so now we've got our pineapple juice in there. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're going to make some fresh lime juice. So you can put that aside. Again, the chilies are marinating. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut our lime just kind of right down the middle is fine. Again, I'm a little old school, so I'm going to use my hefty, I got this actually from my kitchen, which I'm sure that my bartenders are laughing at me right now. And I'm going to just go ahead and squeeze the lime, just like your grandma used to do. So what we're looking for, I'd say 2 limes is probably gonna do it. All right, so we can put all of that away. Pour that right in here. And that should be just enough. Again, I'm not that strong, so you may have a lot more juice than I got. All right, so I'm going to pour that in. Mix it up a little. My disco ball bar spoon. All right, so I am going to use the tamjin, and again, you can use tahini. If you're not a fan, you don't have to use it at all. And we're just gonna use a little bit. There we go. Keep that out though, because you're gonna wanna use it again. We wanna make sure you have all of your ingredients. So we've got vodka, Japanese chilies, pineapple juice, fresh squeezed lime juice, and tahini. So now we're gonna mix it up. So again, I'm using a shaker, but you can use, you know, whatever you have, okay? All right, so if you have a rimmer, you can go ahead and use it. So I'm gonna put a little bit of the tamjin or tamhin in here. And a little quick trick that I always use is you take the actual lime to kind of wet the top of your glass, and then you go ahead and you rim it with the tahini. Here we go. So I got a nice little rim there. And now we're going to fill it with ice. And we're gonna go ahead and strain that in.
Mouth to mouth, I breathe you in. Swallow down your jagged sin. Let it drown inside my veins. The sweetest poison.
And you just see all those little particles. Yum, yum, yum. Now, I'm not a big fan of crazy spicy, so I'm not gonna add another chili because we do have some little particles in there, but I will go ahead and use the lime wedge that we cut. All right. This is not a drink you want to down. This is more of a sipping drink, you know, sitting by the TV or in your backyard. And let's see how it turned out. I think we need a little more pineapple. And you just gonna top it off a little bit. I'm gonna dump that lime in there. Really good. And there you have the Santa Monica Boulevard. Enjoy.